Did you know that your house can look clean and tidy without you having to spend hours scrubbing or cleaning up? Yes, it sounds incredible, but it's true. Many times we feel that no matter how much we clean, the house never looks as good as we want. The dust returns, the stains seem to multiply, and the disorder reappears. It's frustrating and exhausting. But what if I told you that there are visual tricks that completely change the look of your home? Tricks that don't require expensive products or long hours of cleaning. Just with small changes and details, you can make your house look impeccable, fresh, and ready to welcome anyone without real effort. In this video, I'm going to show you 15 visual secrets that will make your house look like it just came out of a deep cleaning without you having to actually clean. They are simple, practical, and accessible ideas for everyone. From the way you organize the furniture to small details in the decoration and the use of natural light that transform any space. And I assure you that one of the best and most surprising ideas is at the end of the video. So stay until the end so you don't miss anything. Get ready to change the way you see your home and how others see it too. After this video, your home will never look the same. Ready to discover these secrets? Let's get started. Natural light, your best ally. Many times we don't realize it, but the light coming through the windows can completely change how your house looks. When spaces are dark, everything seems dirtier, smaller, and less welcoming. Dust and stains are more noticeable, even if the house is clean. Have you ever walked into a dimly lit room and felt like something wasn't right? This happens because the lack of natural light makes everything look dull and neglected. The solution is simple and at your fingertips. Open curtains and blinds to let sunlight flood your spaces. If you have windows with thick curtains, change them for lighter or transparent ones that allow light to pass through. Even if you don't want so much direct sun to come in, you can use light fabrics that gently filter the light. For example, imagine your living room has a large window, but you always keep the curtains closed because the sun's rays bother you or because you want more privacy. Try opening them during the day, or replace those curtains with translucent fabric ones. You'll see how the environment changes instantly. The walls look cleaner, the colors look brighter, and the space feels larger. Additionally, natural light helps improve your mood and makes you feel more connected to the outside. An extra trick: place mirrors in front of the windows. Thus, the light is reflected and reaches more corners. This visually expands the space and makes everything look brighter and more organized. The best thing is that this idea costs you nothing and does not involve more cleaning. You just have to let in the light that is already outside. By applying this simple change, your home will look fresher and more cared for without you having to move a single cloth. Natural light is a powerful secret to making your home always look impeccable, effortless. Try today and notice the difference. Light colors to expand and clean. Many times when we think about decorating or arranging our house, we choose dark or intense colors because they seem more elegant to us or because we simply like them. But here's the problem. Dark colors tend to make rooms look smaller, more closed, and worst of all, they highlight every stain or dust there may be. This means that even if you clean, the house does not look truly clean or tidy. The solution is to change the color palette towards light and soft tones. It doesn't mean you have to paint your entire house bright white, but you can opt for colors like beige, light gray, cream, or soft pastels on the walls, furniture, or accessories. How to apply it? Imagine that your living room has walls in a dark brown or deep blue tone. If you can't paint them right now, start by changing the sofa cushions, curtains, or rugs to light colors. For example, a sofa with white or beige cushions, along with a light rug, will make the space look brighter and cleaner. Another example in the kitchen, if you have utensils or towels in dark colors, change them for others in light tones. This automatically generates a feeling of freshness and order. The best thing about this idea is that light colors reflect more light and help the space look larger and more airy. In addition, they hide dust and small stains better, so it doesn't look as dirty between cleanings. By adopting this simple strategy, your home will appear cleaner and more spacious, without having to clean more often or make big changes. Changing colors is a visual trick that transforms any environment and gives you that feeling of freshness and order that we all want. Go ahead and try it, and you will see how your home feels renewed and bright. With just a few color adjustments, your home will look spectacular and effortless. Organize by areas and save space. Many times, the mess is not just because we don't clean, but because things are scattered and without a fixed place. When everything is out of place, the house looks chaotic and dirty, even if there is just a little dust. This visual clutter tires the eyes and makes the space look smaller and less cared for. The solution is simple. Divide each room into specific zones and assign a place for everything. It's not about organizing everything at once, but about creating clear areas for different activities or uses and keeping them that way. For example, in the living room, you can have an area to watch television, another to read, and a small space to work or study. Each area should have only what is necessary and its objects organized in specific furniture or baskets. If you have a lot of small items, use boxes or baskets to store them so they don't look scattered around. Imagine a coffee table filled with magazines, remote controls, and papers. These objects generate visual chaos. Storing them in a pretty box or drawer will instantly make your table look clean and tidy. Or in the kitchen, clearly separate where utensils, ingredients, and appliances go. This way it doesn't feel cluttered, even if there are several things on the counter. The benefits of organizing by zones are enormous. First, your home will look larger and cleaner because each space has a clear purpose and is well maintained. Second, it will be much easier for you to maintain order because you will know exactly where everything goes. This reduces the feeling of overwhelm and stress when entering any room. And third, you will save time, since you will not have to search for objects or clean surfaces full of unnecessary things. In short, organizing by zones transforms the appearance of your home without having to do more cleaning. Just with a little visual order, the home becomes more pleasant and harmonious. Start today and see how the energy in your home changes. A well-organized space is a space that looks clean and cared for, even without deep cleaning. Strategic mirrors to expand and give light. Many times, even if you clean and tidy, your house can seem small and dark. This happens because the spaces do not have enough light or a feeling of spaciousness. This is where mirrors become a powerful ally. The problem is that we don't always know how to use them to get the most out of them. It's not just about hanging a mirror on any wall, but about placing them in strategic places that reflect natural light and multiply the feeling of space. For example, place a large mirror in front of a window. Thus, sunlight is reflected and reaches areas that were previously darker. This makes the room appear brighter and fresher. Another example is placing a long mirror in a narrow hallway. This gives the illusion that the hallway is wider and more open. You can also use mirrors to highlight beautiful details of the decoration. For example, a mirror with an elegant frame can be the center of attention on an empty wall, adding style and sophistication without the need for more objects. The key is that mirrors not only reflect what is in front of them, but they can also duplicate light and create a visual feeling of spaciousness. This transforms any space, making it look cleaner and tidier, even if you haven't cleaned thoroughly. Additionally, mirrors are easy to install and do not require much maintenance. Just make sure they are clean and well located. The benefits of using mirrors in this way are many. More natural light, a feeling of larger spaces, and a decorative touch that elevates the style of your home. Without spending a lot of money or effort, you can make your home feel fresher, brighter, and more welcoming. Try it today and see how a simple mirror can completely change the look of any room. It is a foolproof visual trick to make your house look better without having to clean more. Soft textures for a touch of freshness. Often, even if the house is clean, the environment can feel cold, stiff, or unwelcoming. This happens because spaces lack variety in textures, and that makes everything look flat and lifeless. The problem is that, without realizing it, we always use the same materials: hard furniture, cold surfaces or smooth fabrics that do not provide warmth. The solution is to incorporate soft and varied textures to give your home that touch of freshness and visual comfort that makes it look cleaner and more cared for. How to do it in practice? Start by adding cushions made of soft, fluffy fabrics to the sofa or chairs. For example, cotton, velvet, or wool cushions in light tones can totally change the look of your living room. You can also put a soft, folded blanket over the arm of the chair or at the foot of the bed. Another example is using rugs with pleasant texture underfoot. A short pile or natural fiber rug provides warmth and hides imperfections on the floor. If you have curtains, choose fabrics that are not completely plain, but with a little relief or patterns that provide visual interest. This way, even if you don't clean deeply, the space will look more cared for and alive. The benefits of this idea are clear. Soft textures make the environment feel more welcoming and harmonious. They also help details of dirt or dust go more unnoticed, because the eye focuses on the variety of materials and not on imperfections. Furthermore, this change is easy and economical. You only need a few accessories to transform the feel of your home. In short, adding soft textures is a simple visual trick that makes your home look cleaner, warmer, and more organized without requiring you to do more cleaning. Give your spaces that touch of freshness they deserve and enjoy a much more pleasant atmosphere. Try it and feel the difference instantly. Clear surface, immediate impact. Many times, even if we clean, the excess of objects on the tables, countertops, or shelves makes the house look messy and dirty. The problem is that the visual accumulation confuses the eye and gives a feeling of chaos, even if everything is clean. That feeling ruins the image of any space, making it look like it is not well cared for. The solution is simple. Keep surfaces clear. It does not mean emptying them completely, but leaving only what is essential and well organized. For example, in the kitchen, instead of having all the appliances, jars, and utensils on the counter, choose just a couple of things that you use daily and keep the rest in the cabinets or drawers. In the living room, avoid filling the coffee table with excess papers, controls, or decorations. Leave a vase of flowers or a pretty book and put the rest away. In the bedroom, keep bedside tables clean with only what you need, such as a lamp and an alarm clock. By applying this idea, your house will instantly look tidier and cleaner without having to spend hours cleaning. Clear surfaces allow light to reflect better and make the space look larger and more cared for. In addition, it reduces visual stress and makes you feel calmer in your home. This trick is easy, fast, and very effective. Try clearing a surface today and notice how the energy in your home changes. A visually clean space always looks cleaner in reality. So less is more. Fewer objects in sight, a greater feeling of cleanliness and order. Before we continue with the next Dika, I want to invite you to subscribe to our channel. This way you won't miss any of these ideas that effortlessly transform your home. Also activate the notification bell so that every time we upload a video, you'll be the first to know. And while we continue, I would love for you to tell me here in the comments which of these things you already do at home. What city are you seeing us from today? And tell me, which of these ideas has surprised you the most so far? Your opinion is very important and helps us create content that you like and truly useful to you. Don't forget that this is a space to share and grow together. Now let's continue with the content. Plants that refresh and renew. Many times, even if you clean well, the house can feel dull or lifeless. The problem is that spaces without natural elements lose freshness and warmth, and that makes everything seem less cared for and clean. The solution is to incorporate plants in your home. They not only decorate, but also purify the air and create a more pleasant and relaxing environment. How to do it? Start with easy care plants such as a succulent pothos or spider plant. Place a small pot on the living room table, desk, or kitchen. For example, a plant on the dining table can give it a touch of color and vitality that totally changes the perception of the space. You don't need many plants or large arrangements. With just one or two well-placed pots, the environment is transformed. Additionally, Plants help make the air feel cleaner, which influences the overall feeling of freshness. The benefits are clear. Your house will look more alive, welcoming, and cared for. The presence of green attracts the eye and distracts from small details that could make the space look neglected. You will also improve your mood because being around plants has a calming and positive effect. In short, adding plants is a visual and sensory trick that makes your home look cleaner and fresher without having to clean more. Dare to try it and enjoy a renewed and lively atmosphere. Light textiles for a clean feeling. Many times, even if the house is tidy, dark colors in curtains, rugs, or tapestries make the space look heavier and less bright. This creates a feeling of a closed environment and, sometimes, even a little dirty, even though everything is clean. The problem is that dark tones absorb light and highlight dust and stains, making the place lose its freshness. The solution is simple. Change those textiles for light, soft colors. For example, if you have dark curtains in the living room, change them for white or beige ones that let in more light. If your rugs are bright colors, try one in light, neutral tones. In practice, imagine that your room has a dark blue rug that makes the space look smaller and heavier. By changing it to a beige or light gray rug, the room will instantly appear larger, cleaner, and brighter. The same thing happens with cushions or blankets. Using light colors and soft fabrics provides visual freshness and makes the space invite you to relax. The benefits of this idea are that your house will look larger, fresher, and more cared for without you having to clean more. Light fabrics reflect light better, hide dust less, but at the same time, make the environment feel cleaner and more tidy. In addition, these soft colors provide calm and harmony, making the home a more pleasant place to live. In short, changing dark textiles for light ones is an easy and inexpensive visual trick that transforms any space and makes it look flawless without extra effort. Try it and notice how your house gains light, freshness, and order with just this simple change. Organize cables and avoid visual chaos. One of the most common problems that makes a house look messy and dirty, even if it is clean, is uncontrolled cables. Plugs, chargers, television, or computer cables that are seen everywhere generate a feeling of chaos and neglect. Even if they are not dirty, these exposed cables break the harmony of the space and make everything seem more disordered. The solution is simple and practical. Organize and hide the cables so that they are not visible. How to do it? In practice, you can use cable organizers sold in stores, or if you don't have them, simply group them with ribbons or ties so that they are collected. For example, in the living room, if you have the television and several devices connected, collect the cables behind the furniture, or use adhesive channels to hide them in the wall. At your desk, instead of letting chargers and cables strewn all over the table and floor, organize everything with a small box or cable holder. Another trick is to use furniture with special spaces to hide cables, so they are kept out of sight and the space looks cleaner and tidier. The benefits of this idea are clear. By eliminating the visual clutter generated by cables, the environment becomes more harmonious, clean, and cared for. Plus, it will be easier for you to clean without having to move cables everywhere. The feeling of order increases, and your house will instantly look more modern and elegant. In short, organizing and hiding cables is a simple but very effective visual trick to make your home look spotless without the need for additional cleaning. Start with a small space, and you will see how the energy of your house changes. Arrange books and objects vertically. Many times, having books, magazines, or decorations stacked in piles or disorganized on tables or shelves makes the space look chaotic and dirty, even if it is clean. The problem is that horizontal stacks take up a lot of visual space and create a feeling of clutter. The solution is to use vertical organization to make better use of space and give a more organized image. How to do it? In practice, instead of stacking books on top of each other on the table, place them standing up neatly aligned like in a library. If you have magazines, Use a vertical organizer or box to keep them together and in position. For example, in the living room, on the coffee table, place just a few books organized vertically, or use a magazine stand. On the shelves, alternate books with ornaments, always organized vertically, to give a cleaner and more harmonious appearance. You can also use boxes or baskets to store small items that tend to be scattered around, keeping them out of sight but accessible. The benefits are many. By organizing vertically, the space looks more open and orderly. The feeling of chaos disappears, and the house seems cleaner without the need to do a deep cleaning. Plus, it makes it easy to find what you're looking for and keeps everything in its place. In short, arranging books and objects in a vertical position is a simple visual trick that transforms any space and gives it a more organized and cared-for air. Try it and see how it changes the appearance of your home without extra effort. Be sure to check out my ebook that I made especially for you. The link is pinned in the comments for easy access. In this material, you will find a step-by-step guide to several cleaning strategies that you can start applying today. Everything was designed to be super practical and straight to the point, ideal for those who want to live more lightly and without complications. The ebook is simple, easy to understand, and full of tips that will transform the way you take care of your home. You don't need to spend hours or do difficult things. Go there, enjoy this content that I prepared with great care, and then tell me what you think. I want to know how these ideas helped you make your home more organized and beautiful without stress. It's time to change your routine and live better. Let's do this together. Group similar objects and create harmony. Many times, visual disorder appears because we mix different types of objects and colors without a clear order. This makes the space look chaotic and disorganized, even if everything is clean. The problem is that the lack of harmony confuses the eye and creates a feeling of disorder. The solution is simple. Group similar objects and create sets that make sense. How to do it? In practice, if you have several books, place them together by size or color. If you have ornaments, use a tray or box to group them together. For example, on the dining room table, instead of having glasses, candles, keys, and other objects scattered around, place a tray where you put only the decorations or decorative elements. This visually organizes the space and avoids the feeling of chaos. Another example is in the kitchen. Group spice jars or utensils in one place, using the same or similar containers. The benefits of this idea are clear. By grouping similar objects, the space looks more orderly and harmonious. This makes the house look cleaner and more cared for without having to do more cleaning. Plus, it makes it easy to find what you're looking for and keeps everything in its place. In short, grouping objects is a simple and effective visual trick to transform any space. Try this idea, and you will see how your home gains order and beauty without extra effort. Use light curtains for more light. Many homes have heavy or very dark curtains that block natural light. This creates a darker and less welcoming environment, making the space look smaller and even a little dirty, even if it is clean. The problem is that the lack of natural light affects how we perceive cleanliness and order. The solution is to change those curtains for lighter ones and in light colors, which allow light to enter gently. In practice, if you have thick, dark curtains in the living room or bedroom, replace them with ones made of fine fabric, such as linen or cotton, in colors such as white, beige, or light gray. For example, in a room with a large window, translucent white curtains will let in light, illuminating the entire space and making the walls and furniture look fresher and cleaner. In addition, these curtains provide a feeling of spaciousness and fresh air. The benefits of this idea are clear. More natural light improves the overall appearance of your home, making it look tidy and cared for without having to clean more. It also helps improve your mood and makes the environment more pleasant for you and your family. In short, using light curtains is an easy and effective visual trick to transform any space and make it look flawless without extra effort. Try it and feel the difference in your home. Practical minimalism for free spaces. We often accumulate many objects that we rarely use or no longer need, which makes the house look full and cluttered. Even if we clean, the excess of things creates a feeling of chaos and visual dirt. The problem is that clutter reduces the feeling of cleanliness and makes spaces look smaller and stuffier. The solution is to apply practical minimalism, that is, sticking only to the essentials and what you really use or like. How to do it? Start by choosing a room or area and review everything that is there. If you haven't used an item in more than 6 months, it's a good idea to save it or donate it. For example, in the living room, if you have a lot of decorations, books, or souvenirs, select only the ones that make you feel good and keep or give away the rest. This will free up space and make the room look larger and cleaner. Another example is in the closet. Organize the clothes and separate what you no longer use. The benefits of this idea are enormous. By reducing the number of objects, the space looks tidier and cleaner without having to clean more often. It also facilitates organization and reduces visual stress. In addition, living with fewer things helps you feel more calm and enjoy your home better. In short, practical minimalism is a visual and life hack that transforms any space and makes it look flawless without extra effort. Start today and notice how the energy in your home changes. Illuminate with warm and strategic lamps. Many times, even if natural light is present, rooms look dull or unwelcoming because artificial lighting is not adequate. The problem is that poor lighting can make spaces look cold, dark, and even dirty, even if they are clean. The solution is to use lamps with warm light and place them in strategic places to create a pleasant and bright atmosphere. In practice, replace cold white bulbs with warm light bulbs, which give a softer and more welcoming tone. For example, in the living room, place floor or table lamps in corners or near sofas to illuminate without creating strong shadows. In the bedroom, use bedside lamps with warm light to give a touch of comfort that invites you to relax. Another trick is to use lights at different levels. A main light on the ceiling and secondary lights on furniture or shelves to give depth and warmth. The benefits of this idea are many. Warm light makes your home look more welcoming, spacious, and clean without the need for deep cleaning. In addition, it improves mood and makes spaces invite you to stay. It also helps highlight the decoration and hide small imperfections that are more noticeable in cold light. In short, lighting with warm, well-placed lamps is a simple and effective visual trick to transform any space and make it look impeccable and welcoming without extra effort. Try it and feel the difference in your home. Take advantage of vertical space to clear. Many times, the problem with a house looking cluttered and small is not dirt, but rather that objects are piled up on surfaces and space is not used well. This creates a feeling of overwhelm and makes everything seem dirtier and more neglected. The solution is to take advantage of the walls and vertical space to organize and free up surfaces. How to do it? In practice, install shelves or shelves on the walls to put books, plants, or decorations. For example, in the living room, instead of having the coffee table full of things, put shelves on the wall for those objects and leave the table free. In the kitchen, use hooks or bars on the wall to hang utensils, freeing up counter space. Another example is in the bedroom, where you can put shelves above the bed or in the corners to organize personal items without taking up floor space. The benefits of this idea are many. By using vertical space, you free up surfaces, making the house look tidier and cleaner without the need for extra cleaning. In addition, you make better use of every corner and give a feeling of spaciousness and organization. In short, taking advantage of vertical space is a simple and very effective visual trick to transform any environment and make it look impeccable without extra effort. Dare to try it and you will notice how the appearance and energy of your home changes. Now that you knew these 15 visual secrets, you already know that it is not always necessary to clean thoroughly to make your house look impeccable. Small changes, like letting in more natural light, using light colors, organizing by zones, and taking advantage of vertical space can instantly transform any room. Incorporating plants, clearing surfaces, and taking care of lighting also help make your home look fresher, spacious, and tidy without extra effort. The important thing is to understand that the feeling of cleanliness depends a lot on how we see and organize our spaces. Therefore, by applying these ideas, you will not only make your house look better, but you will also gain time and peace of mind in your daily life. Now it's your turn to put these tips into practice. Don't wait until you have perfect time or desire. Start with a single secret and see how the environment changes. The transformation is in your hands, and every small step counts. Which secret are you going to try first? I challenge you to comment here on which of these ideas you are going to apply today and how you feel afterwards. Remember, change begins with a decision. Your house can look amazing without extra cleaning, just with a little creativity and organization. Go ahead and share your experience.